The next thing I want to talk about is the rapture itself. Now, I've studied the Word of God all my life, most of my life, I'll put it that way, and I'm getting close to 50, so it's been a long time. I have the distinct feeling, and this is my opinion only. If you want to say I'm crazy, you can. I don't believe that all Christians are going to make the rapture. And that's going to upset a lot of people, but I look in Revelations, and the one thing I've noticed, especially with the churches, is that only a small group, it looks like the overcomer, gets all the benefits. You know, we have, and I also believe that today we are in the Laodicea church, the lukewarm church. And we see that left and right. I've talked about that before. But as I was saying, not all Christians, I don't feel, will make it in the rapture of the church. Simply because they're either lukewarm or they haven't overcame the different challenges that they do have. Stating that, I firmly believe, though, that when it does happen, quite a few will go up. Now, I also do believe that God is moving certain people into certain places to prepare themselves to leave. And I firmly believe, though, that not everyone is going up. You know, it's kind of an interesting challenge to say this, because most people believe, well, if you're saved, you're going to make it into heaven. Probably yes. Yes, you will. But will you be one of those that are looking for fire insurance just to stay out of hell? Or are you walking the walk and talking the talk? I don't see a lot of people walking the walk and talking the talk. You know, we might talk the talk and walk the walk on Sunday. What about Monday? Are we still doing God's will on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? You know, a lot of people seem to be in this mode that there's only, we pay the pastor to do the work. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You know, we've got to wake up and smell the roses and feel the thorns. I do believe, though, that God is moving people and telling certain people to sell their extra for whatever reason. I also believe prophetically that Christians need to get beyond the four walls of the church and meet outside the church. If we want an Acts-type church, the Acts-type church is not in the four walls. And it's not just the apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist. Let's see if I got them all here. Apostle, prophet, pastor, evangelist, teacher, to do the work of the ministry. Their jobs are to prepare us to do those ministries and to help us go out. Does that mean that we're supposed to all preach? No. Are we all supposed to study the Word? Yes. And be able to give an account an explanation for what we believe. You know, in Timothy, I know it's in Timothy. Is it First Timothy or Second Timothy? Not sure of. Paul tells Timothy something. Let me turn to it. And, Timothy. Let's see here. Here it is. Chapter 2, verse 15. It says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman needing not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of God." See, that's what we have to do. And it should be all Christians doing that. Not just the pastor, not just the deacons or whoever's in charge of your group. But I also believe there's going to come a time soon, especially in the United States, when we might have to go underground. And if we do go underground, how are we going to be prepared for that? Most Christians aren't prepared to go underground. Most Christians are going to get upset. And they're going to get offended by God because they haven't been taken yet. That's some of the things that really drive me up the wall, guys. Is most Christians don't get it in this last days. Yes, we're going to be persecuted. Yes, we're going to be called names. And some of us might end up in jail. And some of us might end up dying. But it's not the one that starts the race that ends the race, that wins the race. It's the one that continually goes until the end of the race and does everything they can to win fairly. You know, Paul says, "I'm at the end of my race." Well, we're not at the end of our race yet. And those who want to say, "But Ken, I'm getting old. But Ken, I'm too young. But Ken, I've got dyslexia. I can't even say the word. Ken, you don't understand. I don't have time." Well, brothers and sisters, we need to make time. Simple fact is that we are at the end of the time. And if we don't change and get out of, I'm just going to say it, our churches are based, 99% of them, on the Roman Catholic Church, one way or another. If it's the leadership, if it's, we use the canonized Bible, and that's the one that was okayed by the Catholic Church. We've got so many things going crazy right now. One day we are going to have to go underground. And are you ready for that? Are you ready to go back to being underground in the United States? Most of us aren't. We have many different groups that have already gone underground. And I heard something today that really drove me a little crazy today. And they said that the Muslim, was it Sharia law, will never come to the United States. There's only less than 1% Muslim in the United States. Well, when I was growing up, the thought of marijuana being legal in any state, I was told never happened. Just saying, things do change. And if we're not prepared for those things, we are going to be in trouble. The Lord gave me some words a couple of years back, and one of the things He said was co-op. And that Christians need to start cooperating with each other and getting beyond the walls and setting up co-ops. I don't know how. If it's supposed to be just local, state, or around the nation. But there's going to come a time when we're not going to be able to just to do what we normally do. You know that a lot of people pre-2011 or 2001 would say that we would never get attacked like we did in 2001. Well, things changed, and we need to prepare for them. Do I believe that Christ's coming back before then? I don't know. But I do know that God is going to move, and He's going to change what we see and how we see it. That's one thing we can guarantee, is there is change.